if you're in the middle of a major renovation and you need to get mains gas connected to your property, this video is for you. We have just purchased a renovation project, we're living in it, there's no gas, there's no heating, hence all of the layers at the moment, and I'm going to talk you through exactly how you can get it connected, all the stages, and a rough idea about costs. So step number one, if you've worked out that there's no mains gas connected to your property, there never has been, then you need to get a brand new supply into your property. Now you need to contact whoever deals with gas connections and supply in your area. I'm based in the southwest, and that is Wales and West Utilities. They serve all the way up to Wales, and that was our point of contact. So firstly, you need to make an inquiry with them to state that you obviously need a new gas supply fitted. In the case of Wales and West, I believe it was 10 working days before they came back to us. And as you can imagine, if you are also living in the property, it's going to add extra time to your time frame as it is. Now they say you need to have the keys by the time that you actually put the inquiry in. If it takes around 10 days, you can really get away with doing it, say like 5 to 7 days before you actually move into the property, which is what we did, and I'm glad we did because it gave us a little bit of extra time to get them in a little bit earlier. When they come back to you, you obviously need to tell them kind of where you want the gas supply to be brought into the property. Now we're in a semi-detached house, so things are a little bit easier because other properties on the street already have gas. Now if you're in a situation where you're on a really out in the sticks property, it's going to cost you considerably more money to get that gas connection supply in, which is why it's sometimes often better to stick with, you know, traditional suppliers you might already be with. I can't speak for all utility firms, but when we had contact from Wales and West, they were able to book in with us straight away. Now we'd read online that it could literally take up to 3 months to get a gas supply connected, which we were really concerned about because it was gonna massively delay our renovation, and obviously we're living in it as well. We need hot water, we need heating. Now actually they came back with a date which was 5 weeks from the point that we inquired, which was like, we were really happy with that. Obviously it's still a wait, but so that's 5 weeks, and I think, to be honest, that's probably the smallest amount of time you'll probably wait. I don't think it's going to be any less than that. Once they book that in, we obviously have to pay for the works. Now it's cost us £942 to get the gas supply connected to the property. Now this involves them digging out our drive. We were also offered a cheaper alternative if we wanted to dig the groundwork ourselves. It's not something you really want to get wrong, so we went with just a standard £942, and they were going to be booked in for 5 weeks time. Now in that time frame, there's really not anything you can do. You kind of need to get everything else in the background ready for when your gas supply is connected, which I'll go on to now. Number two, you need to know who your new gas supply is gonna be with. So typically people might choose to go with whoever's supplying their electric because it's a little bit easier. Now once that gas supply has been connected, obviously it's going to be a little bit of time in the future. You need to have your gas meter installed for you to actually get that gas into the property and using across all of your plumbing. So once that gas is connected, you've still got a little bit of a way to go. Now as we found out, it's not as simple as literally saying we want our gas meter connected the day after we have gas. So upon speaking to a number of different gas suppliers, I'll give you some examples. EDF, it was going to be like an 8-week wait. An 8-week wait, like we're literally living here, we cannot do that. Octopus Energy, we rang on a couple different occasions and had different answers each time. We had a 2-week waiting time, and then they said an 8-week, and then they also said, which we'll find out is going to be legit or not, if you are living in the property and you state that, they can get someone out and fit your gas meter within 24 hours on an emergency appointment. But later on in this video, you'll find out if that actually works. And the other thing is they need to register your details on their system. This cannot be done until you've had your mains gas connected, and that registering process can take around 2 working days before you can then get them to book an appointment to get your gas meter installed. Number 3, getting all of your plumbing and all of your new heating system, everything ready basically for when you want connection to be made. Obviously you're going to need to be a little bit further on with this if you are living in the property. We've already had our plumber in, we've had first fix, we've got a whole new heating system, so all the new plumbing is in and it's literally waiting for that to be connected now. We've got the new boiler in place. Now in terms of costs, how big is a piece of string? We're in the southwest and it's going to be considerably cheaper than in like the southeast, but generally speaking, if you are looking at a brand new heating supply, you're looking at radiators, and you're looking at obviously the gas connection, you're looking around about 6 to 8k, including labour costs and a boiler. But this is going to be so much more expensive if you are in places like the southeast or other similar areas. Now we have laid all the groundwork, we're ready to go. We're 5 weeks on and I'm just waiting for Wales and West Utility to put the supply in today. I'm going to take you along with me. Once that's been fitted, we're going to speak with Octopus Energy and see how soon we can get this gas meter installed and get gas running into our property. Vision property, can you, with these windows? They are here. Woohoo! Let's go. So it is now the day after. Not only have we had the gas connected by Wales and West Utilities, we actually had the meter installed last night as well. Didn't finish until 8 o'clock. It was a whole day performance, but I'm literally in shock that everything has been done in one day after being told it was literally going to be 8 to 6 weeks to get a meter installed. Now the big difference here is we are living in the property. EDF, the first company we contacted, never mentioned that if you were living in the property it could be classed as an emergency. Obviously we don't have hot water, we don't have heating, but Octopus Energy is who we went with eventually. It was not a problem. Someone was called out, they were here within 4 hours and the meter was installed. Now this is just a point to say, this is obviously only if you are living in the property. If you're not living in the property, you are looking up to an 8-week wait to get a meter installed, which is a pretty long time if you look at the grand scheme of things. So all in all, from getting our gas installed, from making that initial inquiry, it's taken us 5 weeks to get to this point, and I actually can't believe it. After reading online that it could take literally 3 months to do, this is kind of why I wanted to put this video together, to show you the real timescales and what you actually need to do. The whole process actually hasn't been that complicated. You just need to bear in mind the time frames. There's a little bit of ringing around to do, but it's actually been quite a painless process. Now today they're coming back and they're going to fix everything that's obviously they've knocked down and stuff, and that's obviously included in the fee that we've already paid to Wales and West Utilities. But overall, super impressed with the service of it. And guys, I can literally say we're almost cooking on gas now. We just have to have everything connected by our plumber, which is probably going to be in a few weeks now. But yeah, super excited and hope this video has been useful to you. So that is how to get a brand new gas supply into your property. It's actually pretty straightforward, but you do have to deal with some pretty lengthy time frames, so it's just worth being prepared for that. If you've got any other questions or anything I haven't covered, please do leave me a comment below. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Please do give it a thumbs up if it helped you today, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.